Remember us. As simple an order as a king can give. Remember why we died. We did not wish tribute, or song, or monuments, or poems of war and valor. Wish was simple. Remember us. He said to me. That was his hope. Should any free soul come across that place. In all the countless centuries yet to be, may all our voices whisper to you from the ageless stones. Go tell the Spartans passerby that here, by Spartan law, we lie. And so my king died, and my brothers died. Barely a year ago. Long I've pondered my king's cryptic talk of victory. Time has proven him wise. For from free Greek to free Greek, the word was spread that bold Leonidas and his 300, so far from home, laid down their lives, not just for Sparta, but for all Greece, and the promise this country holds. Now, here on this rugged patch of earth called Plataea, Xerxes forged face obliteration!
Thank you for joining the Syndicate Network, and welcome to the Zack Snyder Hour with Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Skywalker the Jedi back at y'all with another one. Man, y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with me rocking out, and I appreciate that. Man, much love, much love. Hold up. Let me make sure I got this right video loaded up. That is correct. Okay, yeah, much love, y'all. Much love. As I said, to make sure so everything was on the up and up. You dig? We got the homie, the good Austin, in the building early. First in the comments, what's going on, bro? Shout out to the cool table. You dig? We got Bass Reeves in the building. What's going on, Bass Reeves? We got Taylor West saying, "Boy, do we have problems up here?" Oh, yes, we do. We got some stuff to get to, but it should be a very, very fun stream. Very, very fun discussion. We're going to keep it a good time. Yo, I can't wait to get through these topics, yo. I'm so serious. We got Sin Habit 5150. What's going on, bro? We got Wild Card in the building. What's going on? Who else is in here? Bad Dan's thoughts. And shout out to Bad Dan. We got Alan Belk in the building. What's going on, Alan Belk? SPR Dave, Sean Franklin, The Prime. He said, I said it on Bad Dan's stream, but I believe that sales ZSJL to Netflix is a done deal. And this is Zach's way of teasing us. Thank you to our founder. Hey, look, we're going to get to it, bro. We're going to keep our foot on the gas. We about to keep pressing this stuff forward, Joe, having these conversations, right? And we're gonna break this stuff down because I think this is way bigger than what people are trying to make it seem like it is, bro. I'm being so for real, right? What's going on? Who else in here? The Spider-Man is in the building, bro. He said, "Oh no, we're gonna get to that too, Spider-Man. Don't even trip." We got Jared Gamer Freak saying even the goons can't deny that something isn't right. There is a disturbance. There's a It was as if millions of cries were suddenly silenced and replaced with apathy. Oh, what's going on, y'all, man? Y'all crazy. We got Nessa Noel in the building. What's going on, Nessa? We got Crown Loads in the house. What's going on, Crown Loads? We got Josh Herrera. Alan Belk said, they can reboot it again if they want. I don't care, but we need our conclusion. I think it's funny that now people are trying to say, hey, guys, just because you guys are selling Warner Brothers, it doesn't mean we want another reboot. Don't reboot. I'm like, bro, they ain't about to reboot. We about to get a sequel. That's what's going to happen. Right? Much love, Nessa Noel. Right? We got Josh saying, the premier Zack Snyder show. Bro, you already know what it is, bro. You already know what it is. Right? Yeah. We got Eli H in the building. Who else is in here? Chubby Teddy. We got Jalen P. What's going on? We got Cody J. Braun. Right? He said, while I do have hope, I don't want to rush to conclusions, but I just want to understand why the are pushing for Paramount. You want to know why? I think it's because Walter Hamada's over there. I think that's why. Right? Campia was crashing out on us, huh? What's going on, bro? We got Qatar in the building. Cool one only. DC all the way. Much love all y'all, man. W Necron is in the house. What's going on, bruh? And Paulo Caesar. All right. Let's go ahead and get through this little opening rigmarole so I can get started with the show. You dig? Y'all make sure to smash that like button as well as that share, subscribe, and notification bell so that you know when I'm going live. We're dropping a new video. You dig? We're trying to hit 5K before the end of the year. Make sure you guys smash all that stuff. Shout out to everybody that's been rocking out with the campaign and the channel and all that stuff for this whole time. Shout out to everybody that's just now finding a platform and finding us to be entertaining while still giving out some good information, because that's all we're trying to do over here. We're trying to be entertaining while giving out some good information at the same time, right? We are the founding fathers, the forefathers, the creators, the pushers, the engine, whatever you want to call it, right? The everything for the hashtag sales ZSJL and hashtag sales Snyderverse and Netflix movement, affectionately known as ZSSM, Zack Snyder sale movement, trying to get a conclusion to that Zack Snyder DC arc over on a Netflix platform or in theaters, period. Right? Just trying to get it, man. And I think we're getting closer. I think we're getting close, and I think that the world knows what's about to happen, right? We only asked 3 rules of engagement, and this has really been what's really separated us from the field and allowed us to make these things happen in record time, right?
Good evening. We, the unwilling, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much for so long with so little. We are now qualified to do anything with nothing.
Shout out to Frank Sinatra. Anyway, yeah, we only asked 3 rules of engagement, and this has been one of the main reasons why we have really been able to separate ourselves from be able to make these things happen. Has been these ROEs. We've been just focusing on 3 things: being positive, staying focused, which means not mixing the hashtags, and also not including any other persons or entities outside of Netflix in our conversations, which includes WBD and everybody over there and under their subsidiaries, including but not limited to one James Gunn. You did ZSJL, the Netflix on YouTube and X are also platforms that you guys should be following and subscribe to, as all pertinent information will be coming from there, as well as myself and Apex Leon of the New Geeks. You dig? And if you guys need to, or if you would like to sponsor a stream, whenever you give super chats, super thanks, super stickers, gifted memberships, or if you donate to the stream or platform in any way, shape, form, or fashion, you guys will have your name scrolling across the bottom of a following stream, like the homie Bat Dan's thoughts does for this one. Oh wait, no, hold up, no. My bad, I didn't change it. I know who the sponsor is, right? Yeah, we got the homie. Yes, Charles Briggs today. You dig? For sure. Just wanted to make sure that Charles Briggs got his you know what I'm saying, just due, right? He said record time. He said there's a reason this is my favorite. Hey, look, we just appreciate you guys, right? For sure. He said smash that like, bro. Y'all wilding, bro. Don't come in here talking like that, Chubby Teddy. That's crazy. Frank C says, Scott, I had an account mad at me for correcting their misleading news posts. These antis are hot about Netflix being a major player. Yeah, I bet, man. He said a news account. I bet. We got the homie Mark with the $2 super chat saying, I'm going to be insufferable when this is official. Shout out to Mark. Oh, wait, no, that's the members chat. And then he doubled back with a super chat for $2 more, right? And then that went with the members chat. Yo, shouts out to the homie Mark. You know what I mean? We appreciate you is supporting the platform, and you know, insufferable ain't gonna be the word, dog. That ain't gonna be the word. But I want to go ahead and play this drop, man. You know what I mean?
I would just release the air cut.
Yeah, well, he doesn't want the air cut to be released, so there's that. All right.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro. Nah, we got Justin McFly in the building and Island Mike as well. Much love, all y'all. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get started with the show. Right? because I'm gonna get more into this tomorrow. You know what I mean? But I did think that that this should be, kind of spoken on, right? Because while everybody is out there trying to spread these narratives and oh my right, this, that, and third, right? And trying to, act like they don't know what's going on. They don't, if they can't read the tea leaves, right? Let me go ahead and share this stuff with you guys right now. Island Mike said, I'm hearing Netflix is backing out. Sure. Right? No. I'm gonna share this, right? Here we got Unusual Whales on X, an account with 2.5 million followers, right? Then the stocks, options, crypto, market news, all that. Polymarket partner, right? Followed by Andrew Tate, Stars and Swat, a whole bunch of people. You know what I mean? Whole bunch of people, right? Saying breaking, and Netflix is reportedly looking to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery. I'm going to play this other video for you guys in 1 second, right? That kind of also backs up my point on this whole thing. We got I can't remember who that was that had just said, "Hey, I'm hearing that Netflix is backing out," right? Well, what y'all need to do is focus on what y'all hearing over here, because we have been ahead of the curve on so many of these things, right? Not only did you have this post from Unusual Whales, like I said, with 2.5 million followers, saying, hey, Netflix is looking to buy WBD. But I also got a little bit of video for you guys that means that, and like I said, this is not pointed at anybody who might have said anything, Island Mike. This is just the narrative that we have to dispel, right? This is the narrative that we have to dispel. Hold on 1 second. Homie trying to hop on Hell Divers. I'm like, why y'all always calling while I'm live, bro? Like, you got to check, bro. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so, but yeah, like, not only is there some video that I'm going to share with you guys, right? That's kind of speaking on this, but just, hey man, like, y'all either gonna listen to the information or not, right? Because, like, man, these people, they just gonna keep saying whatever they gotta say. Remember when they were saying that James Gunn wasn't about to get fired? Y'all remember that part of the conversation? And now he on video admitting that he probably about to get fired. Y'all remember when everybody was trying to say that he was gonna stay? Matter of fact, Sean Gunn was in my mentions a few days ago, is saying that he was good to go. Now he on video saying, hey, I don't know if this is all going, I don't know if I'm gonna be here. Right? We've been on these things for months, some of these topics years. Nobody wanted to say these things. Nobody wanted to say that they was true. And now they all got to parrot the same things. Now they all got to sound like us. But they not like us. You dig? What's going on? Integrity? He said gun jumping on emergency also. Right? I remember that part of the conversation. He said, we're in an info war. It's as clear as day. Oh, 100%. You know, and shout out to nah, y'all trying to get me canceled, bro. Right? These people out here capping every single day. We went through a list of people recently got caught capping. Right? Are we going to continue to keep listening to these people? But let's move on, right? Because I digress. Let me go ahead and give you guys some video to kind of back up what I'm saying when it comes to all of this, you know, Netflix can derive value from WBD better than anyone in Hollywood, says Wolf's Peter Supo. Right? I mean, hold up. Matter of fact, I'll move this banner real quick just so y'all can see where this is coming from. This was on CNBC television, right? 3.25 million subs, something like that. 2.6, excuse me. Let me put some respect on it. And here's what they had to say.
Joining us now for more, Peter Supino. He is senior media analyst at Wolf Research. Peter, you just heard that conversation. Let's kind of follow up from the stock side. Who do you think ultimately ends up with Warner Brothers?
First of all, who bringing this content to you? Right? While all these people is on Twitter timelines, jaw jacking, hee-hawing. I'm sorry. I digress.
Discovery, if anybody, and does it with Warner Brothers Discovery, if anybody, and does it ultimately end up being broken up?
Well, in our opinion, it's up to Netflix. Netflix has the most powerful currency.
He said it's up to Netflix. So while you got people talking about big boy business, what are we talking about, bro? It's up to Netflix. What are we talking about? Paramount. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Yeah. Nah, I'm going to let this play. I'm sorry.
Well, in our opinion, it's up to Netflix. Netflix has the most powerful currency in the industry with its stock. And Netflix has such a huge share of streaming engagement that they can make the minutes and hours owned in the Warner library, they can turn that into dollars better than anybody else in Hollywood. Of course, Amazon is extremely well capitalized. And Paramount, Skydance, and Comcast have really powerful arguments for taking a run at these assets before they are never available again.
But didn't we'll get to NBC in a second. Netflix's co-CEO Greg Peters recently say, like a couple of weeks ago, that they effectively were not interested in Warner Brothers?
Okay, so here's the part of the conversation for all the naysayers, right? Who keep asking me, hey, Sky, they be saying no, you know, like, that they didn't want, right? They didn't want, you know? They didn't want, you know? They didn't want. Right? Greg Peters,
like a couple of weeks ago, that they effectively were not interested in Warner Brothers?
Yeah, he did say that, and he said in more detail on their last earnings call that it's Netflix's opinion that strategic M&A won't change the competitive landscape significantly in streaming. I'm sure there's truth to what he says, but we need to watch Netflix actions more than their statements because they're inherently, really an innately opportunistic entrepreneurial company, and that's a compliment. And historically, they've said they would never do advertising, and now they're a massive advertiser growing at 100% annually. And they said that they would never do sports, and they went out and licensed multiple sports properties over the last few years. So things are true at Netflix until they're not.
Wait, whoa. So you mean to tell me that they've said that they weren't going to do a lot of stuff that they ended up doing very shortly after? And also, part of that thing that they weren't even discussing really is that they were talking about mergers. This ain't no merger, dog. He was like, yeah, legacy media mergers haven't worked in the past. That's not what this is. This is you're being acquired, dog. Y'all got stuff that we don't have. A merger would be Paramount and Warner Brothers coming together and creating Warner Media Discovery Paramount Skydance. Right? That would be that. That would be a true merger. Right? This is not that. This is an acquisition. Let's get back to it.
I'm going to kind of quote Peter Supino, back to Peter Supino, because this stuff is not only in my world, but it's a little bit above my world also, if that makes sense, Peter. So as you know, and our audience, I think, knows, CNBC is being spun out with other assets, part of a new company called Versant. What's left of NBC Universal will remain with Comcast. You believe that it's possible Comcast thus spins off NBC Universal, not Versant. We're already going VRST, the new ticker. Spins off the remainder of NBC Universal, creates a new stock, and then that stock is used to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. In that scenario, what happens to WBD's debt? Because the issue is not the quality of their assets.
So look, he even trying to get the people that he is working with in there. He like, yo, but wait a minute. Comcast could kind of take some money, right? Like, we're about to be under here and they can, you know, I mean, if you take this over here and carry it to, you know what I mean? And rob Peter to pay Paul, right? Then even they might be able to do that. Man, yo, look, I just wanted to share that with y'all, yo. Because with him just saying, yo, his opening statement saying it's up to Netflix kind of makes this whole Comcast thing null and void. Because he's like, yo, if they want it, they can go get it, bruh. They can go get it. Yo, we can, you know, we can borrow some from over here, take some from over there, and then we could bid on it, right? Because, you know, woo-wee. It's up to Netflix. They said no weeks ago. Then why is Zach dropping bombs this week? Bruh. And then they ain't even saying that they not interested. You gotta listen to what they're saying. When they say we're not interested in doing a legacy media merger, yo, Netflix is not legacy media. Do you guys understand that? Netflix is not legacy media. Like, I don't know, yo. This is crazy. Said Sky, bro. Thank y'all, man. Yo, they are strategic. Yeah, no, we got to come with the receipts. We have to, and people be hooking me up. I ain't even gonna front. I be getting hooked up with stuff from the community all the time. Shouts out to y'all. I just come over here and cover it. You know what I mean? And put my own little twang on it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I do be getting some stuff though. But hey, shout out to the community though. A lot of this stuff come from y'all. Y'all know who we are. You know what I'm saying? All right. But and nah, this is real talk. This is real talk. Hold up. Y'all done already completed the conquest. Let me go ahead and hit this drop for y'all.
You still owe the Great One 50,000 more worlds. He will hear your plea when you pay your debt.
Right? Yeah. Nah. This is why, though. This is why we have to have these conversations. Because nobody else brings this stuff to you guys. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of them see these things, but they're not going to cover them. Right? What's going on, Mama Bear? Says the VP saying Netflix isn't interested. This is very confusing. It's only confusing. Oh, yeah, excuse me. Network media, which is television, right? This is only confusing if you're not reading through what they're saying. Bro, like, you know, they want to say we don't know business. Right? That we don't understand these things. Right? Said that's some yeah, come on, bro. You know what I mean? But no, wait, what was I saying? The the confusing part. You have to look through what they're saying and really be able to parse through, right? Like when they're saying, hey, they don't want to do any network media mergers. Netflix is a streaming service, right? They started out as a DVD company that used to send you their stuff through the mail, right? Branched out, started doing this. Now they're getting into sports, live events. They're doing comedy specials. They're doing like all these different things, right? As he just said, they said that they would never have ads on there. They have a whole ad tier now. They have lots of ads. They're in all these things that they have said that they would not be prior, right? So with that being said, the one thing in which they are not in is the studio business in terms of Hollywood, and they don't have a solid footprint like that in theaters, right? And they have a few theaters nationwide, and they're able to kind of hold their stuff there, and they do other like limited engagement screenings, but at the same time, they want into the theaters more. I'm pretty sure that with K-pop Demon Hunters and all this stuff, and you know, with them putting Rebel Moon in theaters, this new Frankenstein is going to be in theaters. The what's the name of that movie? The one from Catherine Bigelow. House of Dynamite. That's gonna be in theaters. Chronicles of Narnia is gonna be in IMAX, right? They just said, hey, that they're putting something else. The Stranger Things series finale is gonna be in theaters. They just said that, right? They clearly are trying to get a bigger hold in theaters, right? And to a large degree, they've been held out by a lot of these old Hollywood studios in their arms and stuff like that, right? So now they have an opportunity, which is just like he said, never going to be like, this whole thing is never going to fall into their lap ever again, whether have a company as storied as Warner Brothers be able to fall into their lap, so to speak, at a time like this, right? So yeah, I mean, I think if you're not paying any attention to all these things that are happening, it might be a little confusing, right? But we ain't been confused over here. We ain't been confused, right? Nessa said, I watched Grace last night and she was talking highly of Netflix buying WB. I'm not shocked, right? Why not sell it to some other companies? Because you can only sell it to one company. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Appreciate that, Eli. Right. He said, stop chasing headlines and read. These outlets get people with headlines. Yep, they be sitting there. Oh man, and then it just be cap. Right. We got Michael Capo saying, what up, y'all? I'm just reading the room and doing the exact opposite of what the WB Shields are saying. All of them are yelling from the rooftops that selling to Netflix would be terrible for theaters. Cool. But they're trying to get a much bigger footprint in theaters right now. Right now. Like right now. You know what I'm saying? So, But anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all. And let's go ahead and get to the main topic. You dig? Now, I ain't gonna front, man. Sometimes it's hard being in right. He said Netflix does put movies in theaters. And they just recently made a deal with AMC. Let them know, Mama Bear. Right. But yeah, it's been kind of difficult, right? Sometimes having these conversations and you're having them early, right? And you have all these people that clearly are influenced by certain outlets or forums or whatever. And they fight tooth and nail to try to keep, people from listening to what you're saying and believing what you're saying. And then all of a sudden later, they are, having to say the same things that you've been saying the whole time, right? And it's just funny because sometimes there are things that I say or that I think, but I don't say online. And then when I end up seeing somebody say it, I'll be like, you know what? I should have just went ahead and said that, right? Because I was already kind of already thinking that, right? So, meaning, Zack Snyder posted Batman on Instagram, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, right? Let me go ahead and pull this up. And I think that this is very, very interesting for a few reasons, okay? Now, Immediately when I saw this, I start wilding. Right? Because not only because not only is this just a hard ass picture, right? This is like one of the hardest pictures of Batman ever, right? But this was dope for a few reasons. One, yes, Mama Bear, I was just about to get to that. Zach posted Batman the day after y'all said it would be dope, right? Yeah, absolutely. And this was amazing, right? This was an amazing moment. And when I saw this, it hit me, right? They said, somebody on X said that's Richard Citrone, not Affleck, bro. I don't care, bro. I don't care who is in that suit, bro. That's Batman, dog. That's Batfleck. That's Batfleck's Batman. We ain't doing that, right? Anyway, when I saw this picture, I immediately had a thought. I was like, yo, Zach is announcing the cast for ZSJL 2 and 3. That's what he's doing. Right? I immediately thought that. I'm like, bro, there's no way that we're going to be getting all these like pictures of people that's supposed to be in a Knightmare movie, right? And like, you got Deathstroke, Knightmare Deathstroke, right? Mind you, right? Where we at? Right? Yeah, that's Knightmare Deathstroke. Right? We got Superman, who's obviously going to be in there, Knightmare Deathstroke, and Knightmare Batman. Hold up. I don't even know why that would be Richard Citrone. This seems to be like when they were filming that extra stuff, right? So why would it be Richard Citrone? That doesn't even make any sense. But anyway, I digress, right? I'm like, he's announcing the cast for ZSJL 2, right? So I have this thought. I don't say anything about it, right? I just kind of, have it and I just like let it rock, right? Zach posting all these Knightmare characters. He said Knightmare Superman because he's in the BVS suit in the scene as well. All right, so you got possibly Knightmare Superman, Knightmare Batman, and Knightmare Deathstroke all in a row, right? So I'm like, okay, it feels like he is announcing the cast, right? Oh, that is right. Yeah, he wasn't on set with Leto. Okay. I got you. All right. Cool. Zach is the man, bro. Anyway, can you imagine that? He wouldn't even know. Never mind, right? So I'm seeing this and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, yo, he's announcing the cast, bro. I'm like, he's probably gonna do Joker, Wonder Woman. Like, it's probably gonna be all people from now on that's gonna be in the sequels, right? So I'm having this thought, and then I see this, right? Let me pull this up. right? This is from this account who, kudos to them, been sounding a lot like me lately. You know what I mean? So they've been getting a lot of stuff right. Saying Zack Snyder pretty much revealing his cast for JL2 should be getting everyone excited. I can't get enough of these waves. Right? Now, when I saw this, right, I was like, dude, this is why I gotta come out and just make everything public. Why didn't I say it first? No, I'm just joking. I was like, bro, but that's 100% what's happening. Right? I had this thought on my own independently. I didn't have nobody telling me nothing. Anybody feed me no information. Anybody come up behind me, hey, yo, Sky, I got this information for you, dog. No, it just made sense on its face, right? It made sense on its face. Why wouldn't he be teasing and saying who is going to be in the movie? Why wouldn't that be the case? If my theory is correct, right? I don't think that we're going to be getting any more shots of anybody that's not in Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. Meaning, I don't think that we're going to get any shots of like Silas Stone. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that we're going to get any shots of Steppenwolf, right? Anybody that's not going to be in Zack Snyder's Justice League 2, I doubt we're going to get any pictures of them. What y'all think? Right? Yeah, I definitely don't think that we getting a Steppenwolf picture. Right? This may be a reach. It's not me if you heard this before, but it's almost as if ZSJL 2 is inevitable. Right? Integrity said happening for sure. Mama Bear said that she opened for Cyborg. No, I think that we're gonna get a Cyborg shot too. What? Maybe, probably, right? Because a lot of these seem to be coming from this little area, right? So I don't know if Ray was taking any pictures over there, but I will say this. If it's not from over there, I think that we're going to get like a set photo or maybe even like some shot. Bruh, because look, you know that there's stuff in the Snyder cut that we didn't see, right? Like if there was more footage. So he could potentially drop another shot from a version we never saw. Look, I don't want to get everybody hopes up too much. But I am saying, technically speaking, there is more footage. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, you know, you couldn't possibly get a shot from a movie you never saw before. He said Ray did take pictures. Okay, all right, cool. So as long as he did, right? But I think you're only going to be getting pictures for people that are going to be in the second movie. I don't think you get no Silas Stone pictures. I don't think we get no Steppenwolf pictures. Who else ain't gonna be in this? Who else ain't gonna be in ZSJL 2? Right? He's saying, I think you're on point, right? Yeah. A Martian Manhunter. Whatever happened to the movie Gotham Noir? I don't know what that is. Dark Side shot that drops. It's over. No, honestly. You know what I think one of the big guns is too, so to speak? I think it's Gal. I think a Gal picture, he probably gonna drop Gal later. When he drops the Gal Gadot picture, it's over. Y'all already know. right? But hey, we still got Ezra picture, you know what I'm saying? We still got a Jason picture, probably, you know. But look, what if this is everybody that's like, hey, look, I think this is him saying, hey, Cavill's in, Joe Manganiello, right? Joe Manganiello tweeted out the hashtags, right? He said no Zachary Levi pictures. Hey, nah, bro. They just didn't materialize, bro. You know what I'm saying? But look, Integrity says honestly, the way things are going, I think we'll end up with more than just a conclusion. I think so too. I think so too. I think that if this thing ends up going where I think it's gonna go, sky's the limit. Pun intended. Right? Look, I think everything is on the table. Just finish it all. Look, wait, hold up. We're still getting a conclusion to Zack Snyder's DC arc. However long that conclusion takes. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we're getting a conclusion, but however long that takes is up to Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Like, however long that takes, you know, right? Man of Steel 2, and Man of Tomorrow, the real Man of Tomorrow, right? Batman, right? Bruh, what are we talking about? Technically speaking, the Snyder Cut is the last thing that came out. You could do some more stuff, you know? Snyder Cut's the last thing that came out, right? Aquaman went to go see his dad. You know, Superman opens his suit, you know what I'm saying? Cyborg has learned to live with himself, flies off, becoming the hero that his father always thought that he could be, right? Ezra runs off after seeing his dad in pure bliss, right? Gal's like, hey, I gotta go home, right? Batman is protecting Gotham, dog, with the Dark Knight Returns tank, bat tank. What are we talking about? Bro, there's so much that could be mined out, bro. There's so much. Right? We ain't even seen Deathstroke go after Batman. Right? He said, just replace Ezra with Grant Gustin. No, bro. Bro, I love the first few seasons of The Flash, bro. Grant Gustin was a great Flash on the TV show. For real, bro. I love those first, especially 2 seasons. Bro, when Zoom dragged Barry from like the press building to the police station to the hospital, wherever the hell he was dragging them all around Central City, bro. That was one of the hardest moments in TV history. I love that show. First 2 seasons, legendary. Season 3, good. Season 4, it's pretty cool. After that, I was done, bro. I was done. Right? He said, this may sound crazy, but it's almost as if this is going to end up being the first big do-over in cinematic. Bruh, I want to flame Integrity right now, bro. right? I want to flame integrity right now, bro. No, dog. No, man. He like, I've been saying it. I've been saying it. He sound like, was it Randy Quaid in Independence Day, bro? What up, Luis the G? Right? Nah, bro. Dark Knight Returns. Zack said that that's gonna be his last comic book movie, bro. No. What if they do that Wonder Woman 1854? I would like that, but I do want them to build on her going back home. So I think if it is gonna be 1854, it's gonna have to be like, you know, some time jumping. All right. Nah, I definitely think that he's getting that damn Batfleck movie, bro. He's getting it. We're getting that Batfleck movie, bro. And necessary. I personally don't think Ezra Miller will be replaced. Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think any of them are going to. Y'all know my feelings on it. Never mind. I ain't gonna bring that back up. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, so I just want to let y'all know that I believe Zack is announcing the cast for Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and who's going to be in these movies going forward. It makes no sense for Zack to be out here teasing this stuff otherwise. He don't even play like that. There ain't one person in the hood that play like that. You say he had the photos when you seen him, right? Right. Said 1854, it should be her Logan type film. Yeah, nah, I do want to see her going back because, you know, bruh, 84 was a disaster. That was, bruh. Wait, where was I? I was somewhere and that movie came on. And I was like, bro, this movie is so bad, dog. It is so bad, bro. He said it was cheeks, right? He said gunplay like that. He says full circle all over again. Let him know, Bass Reeves. I am about to start closing this down. So I can put y'all last questions and comments down at the bottom. You dig? He said if Netflix buys WBD and offers HBO Max to its customers for $7, that would be $2.1 billion a month in revenue. Look. Look. I don't know what they're gonna do with all that, and I don't really care, bro. Y'all know what I care about. Y'all already know what I care about. Right? I care about this. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Right? He said the biggest sin of WWE. Bro. I didn't catch the whole movie. I actually caught like towards the middle, getting towards the end, and then the end. Bro, when A Beautiful Lie came on, bro, I wanted to wait, where was I at, bro? I think I was at. Oh, I know where I was. I wanted to pick up the remote at somebody else's house and throw it through the TV, bro. What? It didn't even make any sense. It didn't even make any sense, bro. Bro, they was trying so hard, bro. He said the Emerald Cut is a must at Netflix, right? Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. All right? Listen. Zack has an opportunity here. All right. And I'm going to let y'all know something. Okay. And there's precedence for this. There's precedence. What was already known as a long movie, when it got its Netflix placement, they placed a longer version on there of that same film. Right? Now, the Emerald cut exists. We got Brad Lee saying that we don't need another cut of Justice League. I beg to differ. Zack Snyder's Justice League was supposed to have the Green Lantern in it. Zack Snyder's Justice League was supposed to have the Green Lantern in it. They shot the scene. The only reason why that scene was not used is because they just told him he couldn't use it because it was the Green Lantern and that they had plans for the Green Lantern. So, if the version that we got was supposed to have Green Lantern in it, right? And that cut exists, which it does, right? He said, we never had that one shot of Decide from the trailer as well. I agree. Right? So, when you look at the Hateful Eight, exactly, the Hateful Eight extended. They turned that shit into a mini series almost. That's way longer. Right? They removed dialogue from the Joker. That's true too. Right? Why not put out the Emerald cut? And then y'all can have a full circle for that too. Full circle part 2. Anyway, I'm about to start closing this on out, man. I'm just letting y'all know. Right? Y'all can listen to these other people and you could, you know, he said Zack could put the John Stewart Green Lantern scene in Justice League 2. Yeah, well, that would be another cut. That's what I'm saying. That's another cut. Because if it's different from what we got in any way, shape, form, or fashion, right? Then it's a different cut. But yeah, we know that there was 5 hours of that movie. That shit's true. That was 100% true that there was 5 hours of that movie. Bro, what was in that other hour, dog? Y'all don't want to know? Y'all don't want to know what's in that other hour? No, I'm just joking. Look, I'm just saying this though. In all seriousness, yeah, that Emerald cut's coming, bro. 100%. Wait, and we got Jared Gamer Freak saying Batman approaching the Parademon Nest factory scene. Okay, here's my thing with that. And Apex Lux and I go back and forth about this all the time, right? I'm not sure if they actually filmed this scene though, right? I think I said that they didn't, and then Apex Lux said, because he be knowing a lot. I ain't gonna front. He be knowing a lot. I think he was saying that he might have shot it. I don't know. But I do know that this scene looked crazy as hell in the concept art, but I'm not sure if they shot this though. but they might have. You know? Oh my God. So they didn't shoot it, is what CY98 is saying. All right, hey, I'm gonna trust y'all. Said Green Lantern in that shot of the side from the Fandom trailer. Yep, where he turns around, he's looking all menacing, right? See, the haters will lose their minds. Yep. Said if there was going to be a New Gods movie tied to the sun, bro, the New Gods movie, from what I understand, right, is the New Gods was supposed to go. You were supposed to go into a whole lot of stuff, man. It was going to be like just whole bunch of stuff, man. Right? Integrity says, the best part about all of this is that Snyderverse 2.0 will be even greater now because with all that has happened, Zack has the leverage now. Chains are off. Gold incoming. Yeah. Right? Yep. Hey, that's still possible, bro. That's still possible. He said, yep, that scene was removed during shooting. They did stunt rehearsals and animatics, but they never shot the actual scene. Okay. Yep. And thanks for coming through, Integrity. I'm about to be closing down pretty soon, too. Bradley says, guys, is it true that Batman vs. Superman was going to be 4 hours? I believe it's true that movie was going to be a 2-parter, honestly. I think that movie was going to be a 2-parter. Yep. Yeah, and I love BVS Ultimate Edition. Love it. Might be my favorite movie of all time. But I do think that movie was supposed to be split into 2 parts, and they ended up crunching it down to 1. Hey, man. Oh my God. We might just get all this shit now. Look, we about to get on out of here though, man. I'm about to close this thing on up. You know what I mean? Yeah, nah. BVS is like chef's kiss, bro. Chef's kiss. Yep. You got me beat by one because I saw it 5 times in theaters, bro. 100%. 100%. Saw it 5 times in theaters, bro. And so you got me beat by 1. And that was a theatrical cut. Wait, but does it count that I saw the Ultimate Edition in theaters at Full Circle? Yeah. I think that counts. Yo. Let's look at these comments for members minutes. You dig? Let me I saw Man of Steel and BBS twice at the theater, Ultimate Edition. Yeah, hey. Let me go ahead and hit this drop for y'all, and I'll go back and read these members' comments, and we're gonna get on out of here. Where we at?
They say all I care about is views. They say all I care about is views. They say all I care about is views. But what about you? What about you? Came a long long way from no subs. Back when y'all was showing me no love, no front. I just had to take a look back, cause sometimes y'all forgot I shook that. I know they would attack cause of own issues. To be honest, I got sick and tired of feeling misused. That's why I've always played a drop for every super chat to show appreciation. Now you're fucking doing that. And just like Mikey used to bring us all together, we gotta take a minute to shout out all the members. Just
Yeah. What's going on? We got members minutes. You dig? Let's go ahead and get to all these members comments. We got the homie, the Batman saying replay crew. Much love, bro. We got the good Austin saying replay crew. Done watched like 5 times and forgot to comment. I don't get the Blu-ray guy reference, but what do I know? Is only demons smile like but what I do know is only demons smile like that and proclaim themselves angels. The veil is lifted. The soulless seem empty because you're looking at the abyss. We're here to anchor upon, to keep our course in the storms. All these waves yet unwavered. All these saviors need saving. Tie down the sails. Tie down the sails. SALES. That is hilarious, bro. The sight set on what they can't see. SEA. Oh my God. Shout out to the homie, the good Austin, bro. I love that comment, bro. That was hilarious, dog. That was hilarious. And then we got D Broderick in here, a member for 7 months, saying replay crew. Yo, I joined a live but fell asleep. I was always taught when someone reveals themselves to you, believe it. Great stream. Hey, shout out to all y'all that was commenting on that stream from last night. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We got Mama Bear saying nodded off somewhere around when Curly Ray came on. Replay crew. Shouts out to Mama Bear doll. Deadshot ZSJL said had to catch the rest on hashtag replay crew. Outside of ZSSM, you won't find another squad that maneuvers the way we do. Too many snakes in the grass within other movements. Y'all already know how much this community means to me and many others. Salute for bringing Curly Ray on and addressing that BS. No keyboard warriors, no fake tough bozos, live and direct. Hey, shout out to Deadshot ZSJL. Right? And then we got the Curly Ray saying 100 right after that. Man, shout out to all the members, dog. And then we got Charles Briggs, who ain't a member, but he said a comment, and then Austin was replying to it and said, big shout outs and appreciation for your support on this stream, dog. It really helps. And thanks for the info too. Yeah. Charles Briggs was telling us somebody else that we need to look into. And I'm like, hey, I'm about to put it in the notes, dog. You know what I'm saying? We definitely taking notes around here. Right? We got the good Austin saying, I think I just read what you guys probably just heard is one of the most hilarious lines of all time in his channels and our life's history, dog. LMAO replay crew over 9,000. I did say that. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, I think I just read what you guys probably just heard. Crazy. And then we got the good Austin saying replay crew. All right, y'all. I want everyone who hasn't watched Gahul to line up in a single file line immediately and get ready to hand in your Snyder Cultist cards. And he said, replay crew, Guardians of Gahul is my shit. Can't believe the blasphemy, Leon. Bro, he was so disappointed in Leon, dog. Oh my God, he said Blu-ray Devil and Chronic Crook News. Bro, I'm done, bro. Yo, shout out to the members, dog. Wait a minute, what the hell? Hey, Austin, you got somebody using your avatar, bro. That's crazy. I almost started reading the comment, but I was like, where's the... Hold on, wait. No, I think it's my computer. Because it's even having your thing over Bad Dan's, and that's crazy. Yeah, nah, I think it's the computer. All right, yeah. That's where we at. I was like, what the hell? I'm like, what's up with these avatars, bro? It's just superimposing Austin's avatar over everybody's logo. Like, what's up with that, bro? That's crazy. That's wild. Anyway. This was a hilarious stream. And then Harley started barking, right? Yeah, look. See, that was a great stream last night. Hey, shout out to all y'all. All right. But anyway, look, man, I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow. They was like, yo, I didn't thought you meant that quick. I'm like, I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow. Click. It's just like, whoa, bro. Nah. But look, I was about to say I'm gonna get up with you guys tomorrow. We got the big business stream tomorrow. And yeah, we're gonna continue rocking out. Should be a great conversation. You know, it's your boy Sky. I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow. We'll be back soon. Peace.